I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my horoscope overview for week of February the 16th. And I'm sorry I'm getting it out a little late this week. It seems to be a lot on at the moment. The Westminster Dog Show is here in New York, and the fashion show is on as well, and there's just a lot of activity. Plus, it's freezing cold down to, single digits. Not very good for the pooch. He doesn't like to go out when it's that cold. He's just too small. But, it's all good. All right, so I'm going to give you an overview here, and then this week I'm going to do each individual sign separately, and some weeks I'll do it together and other weeks separately. It's just that if I'm waiting for calls or having Skype meetings, sometimes I don't have the full hour of an uninterrupted time to do the full, all the signs together. So either way, I'll give you the time code. So I'm sure it's not going to make much difference to you. All right, so there is quite a bit of movement this week. There's a lot happening in the chart, actually. We've got the new moon on the 18th. Now, this is in the sign of Aquarius, so it is the second new moon in Aquarius. So right on 30 degrees. So it's right on the cusp of Pisces. So it's quite a special time, very intense. A time where things can finalize and start again. So we just got through a few weeks ago, or last week rather, coming out of Mercury retrograde. So last week was quite an unsettled week. It certainly did feel like it to me. And this week is still a little unsettled, but things are starting to move again. So it's a different type of unsettled. There's a sense of, the light at the end of the tunnel type saying. There's a sense that things are starting to move and they're moving in the right direction. But of course, whenever there is any change in life, then of course things can start to get, as one of my teachers calls it, life gets messy. Okay, so, and when life gets messy, then, it's a little sort of more difficult to deal with because we're dealing with uncertainty. And if you're a Capricorn like me, then you're dealing with not holding on too tightly and giving up control. Okay. So that's on the 18th, which is midweek. Now, the sun is on the move as well, so it's directly right after that new moon, the sun will move into the sign of Pisces. So happy birthday, Pisces. And then moving on to the 19th and 20th, Mars is going to move into the sign of Aries, and Venus is also going to move into the sign of Aries on the 20th, 21st. And right at the end of the week, on the 22nd, the end of the weekend, we've got Mars and Venus will come together. Okay, now this is like one of the most romantic aspects ever, because Mars and Venus being the love duo of romance, romantic side for Venus and the passionate side for Mars. And when these two are together, the fusion, they're exactly at the same degree in the same sign, and in the sign of Aries, which is a very passionate energy, and of course Mars rules Aries, so it's comfortable here. So if you had, like, perhaps Valentine's Day on the 14th didn't go as you had hoped or planned, because we did have some confronting aspects with the moon that day, then things can come together now. So, I think I said on my love report, which is on the New York Daily News pages, on my horoscope pages there. So if you go actually to jenniferangel.com, that'll get you to the same place. And I gave there a written report on February love stars. Okay, so go in and have a read of that, because there's quite a lot happening this month to do with love, and particularly on the 22nd when these two planets come together. So I hope something lovely happens for all of us. Now, early in the week, we do have a favorable aspect between Saturn and Mercury. So Mercury being the planet of communication and Saturn being the planet of, some might say limitation, but I like to say reality. So it certainly does tempt you or does caution you to take a step back and think about things, and particularly when we've got it interacting with Mercury, then you want to be a little bit logical and realistic about what's going on in your life and how you're going to put something across on a communicative level, and particularly to do with business. Now, Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is a freedom-loving sign, so you've got a little bit of a conflict there alone, because Sagittarius is impulsive and wants to go, ahead at a faster rate, and Saturn wants to step back and think about things and not be so impulsive or rash. So these two will balance each other out. I mean, it does set up a little bit of a frustration, of course, but it does help to sort of balance things out, and sort of the Saturn anchors the impulsiveness and pulls that back a little bit. So that's a good thing. There's a plus and minus in everything, as we know. So, and then we've got Mercury in the sign of Aquarius, which is ingenious thought and very imaginative and creative. So you can really, these two together, it's a sextile, so it's like an opportunity, it's a favorable aspect. So, and throw in the new moon as well, which is in the same area. And that connection at the end of it, it's an exciting week. So when I say that it's a little bit unsettled still, only in the sense that it's more excitement, where last week I felt it was like unsettled with, I don't know, in uncertainty and just feeling a little bit out of your comfort zone. Okay, so it's a totally different vibe this week. I hope something fabulous happens for each and every one of you, including myself and every star sign. And I'm going to go through now and just do and the individual signs on another video, all individual videos. Okay, so love and luck to you. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry once again for getting out a little later this week. Enjoy your President's Day. Bye for now.